All right, welcome to the What Do You Collect podcast. We're here with Tony Reali and Gary Vaynerchuk. How we doing, fellas? Here we go. A couple of New Yorkers over here.
Happy to be here. I'm jealous of the WWF hat.
Look at this. Representing here. This is awesome. I appreciate you guys coming on today. We just want to talk some collectibles, some fun stories. You know, it's called What Do You Collect, but it's also Why Do You Collect? You know, why do you got those things hanging around? You know, some of us, we've been to Broadway plays. You got the playbill sitting there for 20 years. I mean, I saw Cats 25 years ago. Why do I still got this book hanging around here?
Don't admit to that. Wait. Don't admit to that because I'll give you one of these. All right, there you go.
Here we go. We got the mute. Here we go. We got the horns.
Paulie, I can't believe you started with that. I garage saled my whole life.
Yeah.
And flipped on eBay. My number one flip, I was going to back when I was doing the wine business, I was going to a wine meeting in Chatham, New Jersey. I even remember where I was.
Ooh,
Chatham, New Jersey.
Yep.
For a 1:00 lunch meeting to buy some very hard to get wines. And there's this on a Friday, because sometimes those garage sales like to start on a Friday. And there's this big pink sign. I was a little early and I took a hard right and I walk in, it's an estate sale. I walk in the house, there's a 1970s Knickerbocker stuffed animal Huckleberry Finn for $2. I knew that was worth $100. Grab that. I go downstairs and I see fucking 15,000 playbills collection. 15,000.
Oh my God.
And the people wanted like a quarter a piece. And I go, what would you take if I took it all?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
And they came up with some cockamamie answer like $100, which was like a penny each. And I said, would you take 40? And I bought it. This is a real story. I bought it for 60. The only thing that's not real, it wasn't 15,000, but maybe 3,000 to 4,000. I buy it for $60. I call the guy I was going to buy wine from because cell phones existed at this point. No iPhone, but the old cell phones. I go, hey, I got tied up. I can't make the meeting. It was a guy I knew very well. We got together often. I take a U-turn and drive to my parents' house where my brother was still in high school. I knew was getting out of school soon. I meet him there. And from 2:30 to like 9 p.m., we look up every one of them.
Oh my God.
Every one of them on eBay. This is like 99, 98. And the best part of the story is inside those like 4,000 playbills was 6 baseball Brooklyn Dodger game programs from the 50s.
Okay. All right. Now you're speaking my language.
I knew you'd like that, Tony. That was for you. And the original 1941 Pinocchio movie guide. Anyway, put it this way. It's like $60 and be like 13,000. It was amazing.
God, and all these playbills. You know how many tickets they had to buy to see them shows? It must have cost them $1 million just in going to see plays. And here we go for $40. That's amazing. And that's what happens, though. After a while, you collect so much stuff. You're like, what do I have this for? But it's like some of those stories, some of those memories of just like what initially got you to buy it, And that's what I love talking here. And hopefully we just go into a little bit today. We got a little bit to talk about Veefriends with Gary and just an awesome collectible digital physical aspect of it. I also got some packs. We got some time. We could do a little ripping and see what we got here.
I want to rip it. I want to grip it and rip it. Yeah.
Here we go.
Those 87 tops?
Oh my God, 80, Tony,
that's the wooden. That's the baseball bat panel, right?
Yeah, that's
my dream. That's my dream. Yeah.
How old are you, Tom?
I'm your age. I'm. What are you? 47.
I'm 49. 87 tops was life. That was the first wave of baseball card explosion.
Yeah.
87 tops is the top of the market.
I would say that. I would say. Surely that was the boom of Fleer and Donruss as well, and maybe Donruss had a more visually beautiful card, if I could say that.
They did.
But it never touched what the 87 tops was. And
every single kid, I was 12 that year, every single kid for Christmas and Hanukkah in Edison, New Jersey in 87 got an 87 top set. Every kid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I remember. So a little surprise here, guys. I don't know if we all know about this, but I just happen to have a sealed couple of packs of 87.
So I didn't know that was it. I was making that up. There we go. All right. Wait. I want this on record. We're going to do everything. Make sure we save time. So I have my Bob Walk is the name of a pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1987. I have, let's say, 1,087 Topps cards. I have 275 Bob Walks. So I make my prediction right here when you open that Bob Walk's name and face, and it's just a shot of him
with that hat.
With that hat, he's sitting to the side. He's got a big jaw. Yeah, so I got a Bob Walk in there. I'm going to guarantee that.
All right, I'm going with Pete Incaviglia because I bet the farm on 87 Topps rookies. Yeah. I, at one point,
thought he was a Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Had Pete Incaviglia, Corey Snyder, Wally Joyner, Mike Greenwell, Ellis Burks. I had trillions of those rookie cards from this set.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I'm hoping that the Mark McGwire, the essential,
All right, we'll get to that. Thank you. You just made my day. You just made my day with
this. Is it. Listen, your Bob Walk is my Oscar Gamble. I got $1 billion of him for with the hat and the Bailey could stay on his head. Oh my God, I got so many of these just sitting in boxes somewhere. I mean, one day we're gonna go through it. I mean, if I find something good, Gary, I'll let you know. But it's just great. There's some of these memories, and that's what I'm talking about. Just collecting from childhood and what kind of forms you as a collector of things. You don't even, I'm not saying you have a massive collection, but you see something, you're just like, this is about a sports player. This is about a movie star. This is something that I want to have. There's some stuff that you personally hold on to, Tony, something that you said, you know what, this is a memory to me that I'm going to keep.
Yeah. You asked me about this right before we came on, so I went out and I got it. So in the other room. So I have it right here. So let's see if Gary can pick this up. I like scorecards. I go to baseball games. I covered the Yankees, as we're about to see, in the late 90s, which is a great time to be covering the Yankees. I was a Cub reporter, as we say. I was doing WFUV radio, 90.7 FM in New York. And I keep score no matter where I am. So this is a scorecard, Gary. I mean, you might not be able to read this, but this is a scorecard. Expos Yankees on Sunday, July 18th, 1999, Yogi Berra Day. You want to, so I have it and I keep all of them, but I have this one in close because it means a lot to me. This was the day that David Cohn threw a perfect game.
This is it. Your Yogi Berra Day. That's it. I remember.
Yogi Berra Day. Game started in the middle of the afternoon. I think right here you'll see there was a rain delay. 41,000. You always keep the time of the day, time of the game, and everything on there. And then underneath here is the Yankees. This is David Cohn. I signed my own scorecard because that's how I roll every time. But I signed this before I would ever sign like an autograph or something. So I just legitimately signed.
You got some schmutz on there. What do you got? What do you got? Some Fanta? What is that there? You got all smudged all over there?
I think it's highlighter.
This? Paulie, you're killing me here. So there was highlighter here because I did that afterwards. This is brown mustard because Yankee Stadium press box had $1.50 hot dogs. And the ballpark at that time.
And they had the golden mustard pack.
And they had the golden's mustard, exactly. Yeah. And at one point, I had the auxiliary press box record for 7 hot dogs eaten during a game. So in the middle of this game,
Tony, remind me, Cohn threw the perfect game, and then Wells threw the perfect game.
No, Wells was May of 1988. Cohn was July.
No. Wells can't be 88.
Yeah,
Wells was
98.
98,
yeah. Wells was 98 and Cohn was 99. So Wells was against the Twins on a Sunday. May not have been Mother's Day, but May 18th. It sticks to my brain. May 18th, 1998 is what I would say. And then Cohn was in July of 99 on Yogi Berra Day. So back-to-back perfect games.
You know what's funny, Paulie? I actually do so much public speaking and interviews and podcasts around collecting more and more because I actually think collecting is on the pre-dawn of joining music, fashion, sports in lifestyle genres. Like I think collecting is within the decade is going to join the big 4 or 5 pillars of our society in lifestyle: fashion, food, travel, music, sports. It's right on the precipice. Labubus for the ladies, trading cards. Tony and my generation, if they made it 50 years ago, they bought antiques from Europe. We're buying Bill Russell rookie cards and Mattingly 84 tops and comic books and Transformers in their original boxes. And I've been thinking a lot about this. And I've always said that trading cards, it was really 84 Fleer when Mattingly didn't have the mustache rookie card that was like really got me going. But it's funny, I was sitting here while you guys were talking. I was like, wait a minute. Before that, in first grade in 82, I collected scratch and sniff stickers. That's what actually got me first going. Me and Brian Chen.
Oh, sure. Brian.
And Max Thomas, three of us, literally collected. We took a regular magazine. Mine was a Star Wars magazine. I know you like that train. And we would buy scratch and sniff stickers and put them like over, like in the magazine, like not in the proper slots. It was just not connected, but scratch and sniff 1980s, the circles. Tony, you remember the circles?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think that, and you get like the skunk and it would smell weird and like the strawberry. And I think it was scratch and sniff stickers, Paulie, that started my collectibles journey.
That's amazing. Listen, I remember that. I mean, a lot of the guys like those too. But then you had the Lisa Frank stuff. All the girls with the Lisa Frank.
That was crazy.
Oh my God! They were sticking them all over the place. I'm like, get this thing off of my book. I was a kid. I was like, nah, I can't get this over here.
No, I don't want to get too metaphorical, or I just even too literal here. But you asked me to bring something, and you want to talk about, why you collect it, what you collect and why you collect it. And the reality is, if I could be the TV host here who tries to wrap it up in a little button, is it brings you back to a feeling, right? I mean, that's what it does. I mean, so
there we go.
There it is. That's Andre the Giant, another collectible. that was probably closer to my first collectible. I wasn't collecting the scratch and sniffs. I had Junkyard Dog. I had Hogan. I had Macho Man. I think I had a classy Freddie Blassie, which he did nothing. As a figure,
he held up the team
like this, exactly. So I remember, that was like, oh, I got him. What is he gonna do? Just watch. I'm just saying, this brings you back to a feeling that you had. I mean, literally, I'm smelling the golden mustard that
Tony, when you look at that, does it bring you back to the feeling of that day, or does it bring you back to the feeling of a young Tony who believed in himself, who knew he was going to get to where he got to? Like, is that like part of why you like it?
It's that day for me. Okay. I remember, sitting next. I was in a certain press box that had a lot of personalities in it, but George Steinbrenner's personal baker. He was the Entenmann's guy, honestly. I think we called him Bill the Baker. So this is the auxiliary press box. Remember, I'm 19, so I'm like the last guy in the place. But next to me was a guy who wasn't even doing anything, but being friends with Steinbrenner, giving him Entenmann's donuts, pop-ups or whatever.
The eclairs,
the apple.
Rum cake.
Sponge cake, right. Come on. But this is like a Venn diagram of the tri-state area. Again, we're doing it again. So Bill the Baker's in there. So it takes me back to a time I can get there immediately. The smell, the hot dogs, and this big booming Bill the Baker mustachioed guy who always used to try to do his version of announcing the game, which, it's just it's a memorable thing. So no, it wasn't about, the trajectory. It takes me back to a moment, just like mom's cooking takes you back to a moment or a smell. It's more of like that olfactory, and in this case, the tactile touching.
I just thought of what I was just thinking to myself, Tone. What does that for me? There's this old NFL book that I think was probably written in 1980 because it had the old Bengals helmet.
Yeah,
it was just an NFL book.
Yeah.
If I saw that NFL book at a garage sale, immediately I would be taken back to the 86 Jets playoff loss when Gastineau roughed Bernie Kosar and broke my heart because I cried into that book that night. And so I know that, that's what I love about physical stuff. It brings
it's physical. It's the senses, really. I mean, this is unrelated. This is not a collectible, but I was on YouTube yesterday, and I heard a song I hadn't heard in 30 years. It's not a. It's a song. I mean, it's literally it was in The Hobbit, the old cartoon Hobbit. It's just a song about a whip. When there's a whip, there's a way. And I heard this song. I'm like, I have not literally heard this song in 30 years, and it took me back. That took me back to little Anthony Reali. Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, that's what a lot of the collectibles, obviously, of just selling, you're selling basically the history and what you tie into. You know how many things to say. You see Care Bear shirts in every place you go. I'm like, the Care Bears. I mean, people are still watching this, and then you just see it's.
But Gary, you've added to collection. You're not just doing nostalgia, right? Because my collections are just nostalgia at this point. It's not. I'm not really keeping up with it in the moment. I'm not trying to match that. But what's behind you right now? I mean, there's a mix of nostalgia, and then, of course there's the wine, right? But those are new purchases behind you. Those aren't,
and then yes, I did that, and then I went to the third step. To your point, there's what you just talked about. Then there's someone like me, the collector, that's really up to date, and I collect feverishly what I think is cool to me, but also is potentially a good investment. And then there's number 3, which is where I've taken myself, which is I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to create my own world.
This is awesome.
So that is yours. Okay, so this is Veefriends.
This is Veefriends.
Veefriends is this is,
and like you can imagine, Tony, the way we grew up, that a Jersey kid for me that was born in the Soviet Union has Veefriends trading cards made by Topps. I don't even know what to do with myself.
Great.
You know? It's like you pinch yourself, you know.
So this is. You're creating new characters? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's funny that Paulie's going where he's going with Care Bears. My sister was 3.5 years younger than me, and we were an immigrant family, so best friend. And we were 80s kids. It was WWF, like it was Saturday morning cartoons, Bugs Bunny, all that stuff, Smurfs. Then you went into wrestling, and then during the week after school, it was it was all those cartoons, He-Man and G.I. Joe, and she was watching Care Bears and My Little Pony, and so the Wuzzles and the Get Along Gang.
It's a particle accelerator to take in the culture for someone like myself, and then also someone who's coming from another country, clearly, yeah.
Correct. And so we grew up in that heyday of new intellectual property, right? Max Headroom, RoboCop, Alf, all this stuff I'm talking about. And so I was very affected by that. I also, similar to you, because I watched you a lot in your career, like the pop culture references add so much charm and elements and layers to anything you're talking about. And I got to a place 4.5 years ago. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm capable of building the next Pokemon, Marvel, DC, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and fuck it, I'm going to try.
Dude, it's so great. I mean, I love it. I've been a collector. I started with the NFTs. To me, I really, bought into a lot of the early stuff where it's just, I love the community aspect. Where the physical aspects are always so much fun. You go to trade shows, but along with the digital, you could keep those communities going where years ago there was no Discord, you know what I mean? Maybe online chat rooms, but, they weren't packed with just, us, just everyday daily fans, where it's like the Discords now and just keeping with the collections is just so fun because you're part of a community. You're doing in real life stuff.
I think you're hitting it though. I mean, so, you've Paulie and I worked on Around the Horn for the last, 7 years, right? And I'm thinking about what's next for me at this moment, right? But even bigger than that, the whole world is being chased by AI in good ways, positive ways. I'm not here to be a Luddite or something like that. But I know what I like to do and what I think I do all right, is a connection, right? And you're talking about community, Paulie, and that. So how the culture now has become very, very active, right? Previously, you maybe, by just comparison, it was more passive. I'm going to sit in front of a TV and I'm going to watch those shows that Gary was just talking about. I'm going to be part of it, and I'll go out and buy it. Now, the stick between a community member and another community member who meet at, the Fanatics booth or at a Comic-Con, and they're able to really stick together through the Veefriends, or through cards or something like that. That's community, and when you have community, you can defeat AI in some ways. I think that's where I am.
I think that's right, brother. I think, look, AI is going to be like, again, we all grew up with this. AI is going to have similarities to how massive the internet changed our world, and then we all lived through the iPhone, which brought the internet to our pocket. That changed our world. This is a game-changing.
There he is.
I connect Goodfellas memes. That's what I connect. Yeah.
This is going to be a game-changing, technology in a real way. But let's talk about things we are all overlapping with.
Yeah.
Let me talk about sports and communities. When I think about, IP, collecting, nerd culture, Comic-Con has become one of the most important things in the world. where people that fall in love with the fantasies and the superheroes and that whole world, they go to San Diego, they go to New York here at the Javits Center, and manga and anime. But I have a lot of sports friends who are like, oh, that's weird. Like, what's that all about? And I go, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm like, let me go to what happened this Sunday. My friends were devastated that it was going to rain before the Jets game because our tailgate is our life. Yeah. And I said to them, I said, guys, do you know what we do at the tailgate? I was like, on text on Thursday, I'm like, you know what we're doing on Sunday? We're going to talk about the same 97 Jets stories.
Right.
Like we're gonna literally relive the Rex Ryan years, all the bad about the last 15 years. We're gonna talk about Ken O'Brien, and Al Toon, and Mark Gastineau.
This is so true. This is so true. And this is something I believe that, well, certainly in the advent of what social media is, it could be and has become, which is certainly more sharp and if not negative in some spaces for some people and all people really. And sports can go to that place with division and fandom too. The Comic-Cons are not doing that. It is 100% love and celebration. It's like the New York City Marathon every time it is, because everybody's out there cheering each other on and loving each other's fandom. And that's a beautiful thing. And I think that's an antidote to a lot of the other sides of pop culture.
And this is what I love. As you can see right here, we have a Steph Curry along here with a dialed-in dog. I mean, what I just love about this, Gary, is just how you combine like both worlds. As you mentioned sports, as you mentioned collectibles, there's not many that combine everything. This right here is the proof that, a collectible gaming cards along with sports stars. I mean, I haven't really ever seen anything like that before. I just
Thank you, brother.
Love this idea.
Thank you, brother. Look, I think with that, we have a character in Veefriends called the Kind Warrior. We had a relationship with Steph and the team over at Canva Marketing, which is his crew. And we put this product together, that sticker. And by the way, I don't know if you know this. Again, this is why it's fun to talk to you guys. Those super stickers, because that's different than our Topps trading cards. Yep. Those are the stickers that we bought in vending machines in the 80s and put on our Trapper Keepers.
Oh, yeah. I had the whole football set. You could go to all the grocery stores. I was at Walbaum's going quarter at a time to get my
That's right. Yeah,
it's giants out there. Jeez,
I think the three of us are really hitting on it. Yeah. There's just an incredible, for most of us, unfortunately, some people don't have fond memories of their childhood, and my heart bleeds for someone who doesn't. But even kids that have dealt with a lot of adversity, there was moments of that in your childhood that are just so warm and so, whether it was escapism or it was the soundtrack of your life, like Kevin Arnold from Wonder Years, like your childhood is your childhood. And as you get older, you start to romance about it. And you layer that on top of the fact that humans have always collected. Our great-great-grandpappies collected the shit out of stamps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you go way, way, way back, it's just very clear medals, coins, gems, and all the way back from day one, Caveman Joey was having a rock. You got it, Tony. It's just so obvious. It's very clear. And I actually think it's about to take the next step. I mean, if you look at women around the world right now buying Labubus and opening up those packages, it's just us boys opening up sports cards, hoping for the Don Mattingly rookie card.
Yeah, no, it's true. And then today with Whatnot, if you want to tell us a little bit about, obviously, it's a social craze right off the gate. So all your followers that you have on social media could watch you on Whatnot. So it's opening, and that surprise element is right there in front of you. It's, it just adds such another element, as you're saying, where it's like you have women who are getting more and more into this because a lot of times, right, instantly, you don't even got to go out of the house and you can start showing an instant hit on something. It's just I know you with the Veefriends, you guys have a whole channel there and just constantly putting out some great stuff.
I mean, you look, this is where the business me takes over, not the collector me. You look at China, 30 to 40%, depending on which report you want to read, 30 to 40% of China's multi-trillion-dollar e-commerce business in China is sold through live social shopping. Literally, the QVC-ification of social media is coming to the West. Whatnot's a leader. TikTok's a leader. I expect Instagram, and I expect YouTube Shorts, and I expect Twitter to all be in live social shopping. And we at Veefriends view it as one of the most important vehicles of us building our universe, because we're a baby, right? We're a day one. We're not what, Disney or Pokemon or Transformers even is yet, and we have a long way to go. But live social shopping builds community, it builds commerce and transactional value. We are able to do entertainment the way we're doing it now, but we're doing it in live format, interacting with an audience. In fact, Tony, obviously watching him so carefully for so many years, he's a human that is predisposed to be great at that format, right? Obviously, he orchestrated 4 individuals, often in the format that he did so great. When you're on live shopping, you're orchestrating your guests, your co-hosts, and the audience in the stream. Obviously not lost on both of you, especially Tony, if you're thinking about what's next. You look at what's going on with Twitch and Kick and IRL streaming, the Kai Sinets, the iShow Speeds. So there's just a lot of the media landscape and the way distribution works evolves over time. Right, Tony, you'll love this. I was with an executive at ABC who was talking about how a couple years ago when NBC and Fox won WWE rights, how they lost that pitch. It was right when Jimmy got there. And he talked about some of the pushback from the conglomerate senior executives was like, wrestling. Yeah. And I laughed. I said, well, they should have done their history books, because wrestling was very important to early 80s ESPN. I used to watch AWA and Texas wrestling on ESPN after school. So the landscape changes, The
landscape changes. People's interests, I feel the audience and the community will go to what they love. And you can find the data on what people like, and then you can give them what they want. That's the goal. That's the goal of what I'm doing in the future. People are more active, and fan-centric is a fine place to live. It is a fine place to be serving the needs of the people, but not just serving them, being with them. You can elevate them and be in a platform now where they're on the playing field along with your content creators. I think they are already content creators.
I just love it, guys. And I know, guys. I know it's a busy day. I could keep going here for hours talking about this stuff. I just want to do a quick little.
What's your shirt though? What's your shirt, real quick? Because I saw you at the Kind Warrior. Yeah,
this is one of the Veefriend characters. I have the NFT of the Tolerant Tuna, and I also have the physical rare card of this. I'm just going to share. There we go. My little display that I have here. This is my the rare Tolerant Tuna card that I actually collected along with the NFT. I got this, and we got some packs over here. So if you guys want, we could start with it. We can start with one of the Veefriends Topps Chrome.
Let's start with the Veefriend. Let's go. Right, I want to hear the back. I want to hear the backstory.
Let's see what we got here. We got Sympathetic Squid. I'm going to put this one right here just so we can see a little bit better. We have a Pleasant Platypus. This is one of the special ones here. We got a Selfless Sloth.
I like that one.
My favorite animal. My favorite animal.
Tony, you got to become a selfless sloth collector.
I think I'm on my way there. I'm trying to move slower, Gary. I'm not sure that's my energy. Only you know this. Through 25 years of TV, I have to get down to do TV because I'm too high. But I'm just trying to slow down a little bit. So sloth has been my spirit animal.
Good for you.
And an honest honeybee. Listen, this is it. These are some fun characters, and what I love is the positivity on all this stuff.
Paulie, I think we grew up in an era where He-Man would come at the end of the cartoon and be like, "Hey, be nice to your sister." I think too much of the entertainment, too much of the discourse. In fact, not to be a Debbie Downer, but something awful just happened in our society. There was a shooting of a public figure who talks about politics that just happened a minute ago. That looks very bad. And this is what I worry about. This is why I'm trying to put more positivity and good into the world. We grew up in an era where Care Bears and all that, and I don't think brands are helping parents enough. And I want to make a very successful business, but I'd like my characters to lead to positivity. And I think we need more of it. You're literally wearing a Tolerant Tuna t-shirt.
Here we go.
Right, let's open up the 87 Topps because I got to run the second, and I need to see Pete and Cavill.
All right, let's see if Cavillions here.
We got Gum still in here, by the way, guys.
Go for it. Let's see. Will he drop? Okay.
You want me? All right, listen.
No.
At the end, in case I can't talk, I want to finish out the episode. Let's see what we got here. We got a John Cangelosi.
Oh, I remember
Who else just got
Cangelosi, of
shoved in
course.
here?
Paisan.
We got the Yankees. Bobby Meacham.
Bobby Meacham couldn't hit
Oh, here we
210.
go.
Currently, the Yankee
Andres-
shortstop can't hit 210.
Some Andres Galarraga.
Well, that was Big Cat. That was prime Big Cat.
Mike Felder, Jack Clark. Oh, there's tons in
Jackie
here.
Clark, man, what a
Jack
beast.
the Ripper.
Is he a giant in that card?
This is a Cardinal. This is a
Okay.
Cardinal one right here.
Cardinal, he would be at the
This
Yankees
is,
another year, and he's not even swinging, right? Yeah, I know this
yeah,
part.
he's like
He's
like
wearing
a
his,
run.
yeah. So Jack
great
Clark
card.
went bankrupt, had a huge collection of his own. He was a classic car collector, and I don't know why I led with bankrupt, but I believe he had money troubles. But I remember it was classic cars for him.
Oh my God, Teddy Hiroga, John Shelby, Bob Tewksbury. What a Yankee!
Great control, yeah, great control. He was a Yankee for a short time.
Kelly Grover. We even got these fun little spring fever baseball inserts. Look at this special offer. Maybe I should send it in, see what happens.
It's a beautiful card, though. I mean, just the wood paneling, really.
So the old checklist. How could you knock a checklist?
Everything. All right, boys. I apologize. I've got a hard stop 3 minutes ago. I got to get out of here.
You get out of here. I'm still playing. Here. Yeah,
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it.
Quiz and Larry. The quiz.
The quiz.
What do you collect? Show me your collection. You're my one of one. You're my kind of obsession. My big break. My case hit. Open up and show me what's hidden within. What do you collect? What do you collect? Flipping through your comics, hand-drawn heroes in hand, Pokemon, magic, Veefriends from across the land, graded gem slabs, she's my number 10. Tell me all your stories, I'll start you up again. Secrets in your binder, treasures in your room, every little sticker, every little cartoon. What do you collect? Show me your collection. You're my one of one. You're my kind of obsession. My big break. My case hit. Open up and show me what's hidden within. What do you collect? Oh, what do you collect? Oh.